Hello, hello. How goes it? Anishna? I'm skipping this song. Hi. How goes it? Not much to say this morning. It's been a week. It's my last day of having the house all to myself. My partner comes home today. And yeah. I don't know why I said and I didn't have anything to add to that. Just finished some breakfast on my second cup of coffee. This is today's mug reveal. I always hold it like this, but there's actually like more detail on this side. There's a cute little cab, and this is like a little Starbucks, and we have the city line of New York City. Oh, and it says New York City inside of the mug too. I bought this in Brooklyn. Like, my first time in New York was in 2019. So yeah, I've had this since then, and it's my favorite cup. Partially because it's a cool cup, but also because of its gigantic size. I love it. I don't like the little mugs. They're then I have to like keep refilling the coffee. I ain't got no time for that. Anyways, I just realized I'm also wearing my New York sweater. I do love me some New York. I've only been there 3 times. Will be there again for sure. I love running around in that city though. Anyways, so to recap, this is the second to last live for this chunk of lives anyways. And last night we finished the medallion. I tried it on and I'm like, I feel like I made the rope a little too long. In my anxiety of making it too short, because I feel like I often accidentally make medallion cords a little too short, I think I made it a little too long. I don't know. It will be for a man, so like their necks are a little wider. So we'll see. But today we are working on something else. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera and show you what we got. So we are working on this lovely fish. This is a mascot. It's a northern pike. His name is Gilly. Gilly Ganoje. Ganoje is pike in Anishinaabe. And he's very detailed. I have a viewer that comes in, you know who you are, that she's been working on something for a while. She calls hers the Forever Medallion, and I personally think that this is my version of a Forever Medallion. This was ordered from me a year ago, but it's also a very low-key order. Like, I work at the place that this is for. So, they said, you know, no deadline, it's just whenever you want to get it done, get it done. And when I'm not given a deadline, then that turns into procrastination. So a year later, actually over a year later now, I believe it was like early March they asked for it. No, I lie. It was more like April. So it actually hasn't even fully been a year yet. I'm mixing up my times. Either way, that's a long ass time to have it like barely going. And part of the reason besides procrastination is because of how detailed this thing is. This little section right here took me as long to do as like half of the face. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. You know me, I like to use my kid plates with the little sections on there. When I'm beading on my couch, I just throw the leftover strings in the plate, but I'm gonna move those out for now. I am working with 4 colors, so sadly I have 2 mixing together here. Looks like I did a little bit of spillage into the yellow too. But I will zoom you in and let's see what we can get done today. I think right here I was just gonna do like straight up a black line. So these beads are much smaller as well. I'm working with size 13. The white beads, however, if you have been watching my series, then you already know. But for those of you who don't know, the white beads I've been scammed or catfished. I ordered these size 13. Look at them compared to the actual size 13s. These are size 11. And I just decided to go ahead and use them because I just can't be bothered to go searching more. I bought them from a store I don't usually buy from because the one I usually buy from was out of size 13 white. And you know what? They're probably back in restock, but then I have to pay shipping, so. And wait. Granted, I'm sure in the meantime that I was finishing up the DraftKings medallion, it would have been fine to wait for white beads to come. I think I remember this song before and it was annoying me and it's doing it again. So back on that 2-needle method, I am using a size 13 needle to string beads on, but I'm using a size 10 needle to tack. Just because the tacking needle has to go through so many times, like much more than the size 13 needle does, and I would rather not use an ultra thin needle for this part. It's kind of a funny story how this commission came to be because I was actually commissioned to do digital art. They wanted some digital art pieces and they were just kind of like open to whatever I could do. So one of the things that I did, like I made multiple pieces for them. And one of the things that I did was I took this mascot and I drew like a beaded piece of it. Like it was, I basically just drew hundreds of little dots to look like beads. And when it was shown to the president of the school, they thought it was a real beaded piece. And the person showing him was like, no, this is a drawing, like she drew this. And he's like, well, cool, but also, can she bead a piece then? Can she do an actual beaded piece? And I was like, okay, yeah, bet, I'll do it. I do want to note that, no, this is not on an embroidery hoop. I really wish it was though. But with its shape, I would have to use a gigantic hoop. and that wouldn't work for how close I have to get to the area I'm beading at. So with these tiny little beads and all this detail. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this little section right here. Now with how detailed this is, I've sort of figured out that I can't really get every single detail in there. A lot of it is just impossible. But I do get it as close as I can. The beauty with drawing this as a beaded piece was I could just like overlap those little circles that would like be a bead. A little circle that would represent a bead. I could overlap them if I wanted. I could erase a piece of it. I can't really do that with a physical bead. See, I almost wonder if I could like fit 2 yellow in here. I definitely could. So I'm pretty sure I would be able to just push that yellow over. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down this black. And add another yellow bead. Yeah, this piece is definitely going to take a while because there's a lot of detail and the beads are little. Let's see, I'm going to do a little row of yellow. I almost feel like maybe only doing 2 yellows right here. And then wrapping the black around to kind of get that like curved shape that this part of the fish has. Otherwise, I don't want it to start looking like this. All right, should probably tack some beads down now. The black beads haven't been tacked down either. Although it doesn't really look like they need to be, but I'm going to anyways. These 2 little yellow ones definitely need to though. There we go. Ouch. I'm like, my tacking needle is sticking out right where I need to put my finger. Okay, let's see. Hi, Mighty Might. Thank you. This is proving to be one of my more challenging pieces. Okay, so I think that my idea is going to work. So I'm going to pop that needle through right here. And then find the tacking thread. It's a northern pike. It's the mascot for the tribal college on my res. He also has a name. I'm trying to zoom out. His name is Gilly. I did digital art for this college, and so I drew a beaded piece of this. And when the college president thought that it was a real beaded piece, so they're like, no, this is just a drawing. He was like, well, can she do a real beaded piece then? And I was like, sure. I also drew the logo as a beaded piece. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what a garfish looks like. But I drew the college's logo as a beaded piece as well. I'm just gonna start this tacking thread over. And so they like made it as their profile picture on social media. And a bunch of people commented on it like, wow, such great beadwork. It's a drawing. Although I do believe they have had their logo beaded before. It wasn't by me. They did try to get me to do it, but I had to turn that commission down because at that time I was working on an eagle staff for my tribe. So I was like, yeah, I have no time. Plus, it was also one of those cases where they asked for like a highly detailed piece. I think it was like 3 weeks before they needed it, and I was like, that's not possible for me. I can provide you some recommendations on who it might be possible for. It's not possible for me, though. I've always wanted to go to art school. I low-key like still think about it from time to time. Like specifically, I would want to go to somewhere where I could learn more about like sewing and fashion and I know there's a name for a sewing trade school, but it's just not coming to my head right now. Let's see. It's just kind of blending into this thing, but I don't think that there's really much I can do about that. Trying to decide whether to add another yellow or I think I need to. Actually, I think it should be sideways is what is messing with my brain. Honestly, I mean, you probably hear this a lot, but it's really true. It's never too late. YOLO. For me, and maybe this is how you feel too, for me, the only reason I don't like really go back to or go to a school, for one, the location isn't where, there's no school like that in my location, and because of like family, I need to be here at least for like the next, I don't know, 5-10 years. But also I just want to live and not have to worry about homework and maybe I'll add another yellow bead, just try and get it a little more curvy. Till then, I just learn all my sewing tricks that I don't know yet from practice and other YouTubers. There's one YouTuber that I enjoy watching for learning about sewing, and she went to like a fashion or like I don't remember what it's called, forgive me. I'm just gonna call it sewing school. But she went to a sewing school. And some of the things that I learned from her, I'm like, man, sewing school would definitely, I could really benefit from that. She's called the Closet Historian, by the way. If anybody's watching, it's like, hey, I like sewing content. Seamstress school? That doesn't sound like what is missing from my brain. Like I know the name, it's just not coming to me. Oh, my allergies are kicking my butt today. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Mighty Might. That's me. The little emoji. But we understand. I also have thought, like, what if I can go to one of those schools, then it will be like, maybe I could like work for, I don't know, a bridal shop or something. Making dresses. One of the Twitch communities I'm in, they like to do a like themed show your favorite something or other every week. So it could be like show your favorite collection or show whatever. So this week it was show your favorite hobby. And I think they all thought that I was gonna say beading, but I was like, no, sewing, man. I live for sewing. I love sewing. I've made more things sewing than I have beading for sure. If I could like make that my actual job, I would be the happiest person on earth. I am actually not super sure. I tried to size it to be about a medallion if I do decide to make it a medallion, but they didn't specify if it's going to be a medallion or if it's just going to be like a beaded piece of their mascot. I do work here now, so at the time that they ordered it from me, I didn't work for them just yet. So I have access to them to be like, yo, what do you think? What do you want? Do you want me to attach a necklace to this, or do you just want to have like this super cool beaded piece? Could like frame it or something. Put it on a canvas. A part of me has thought about like launching my own like sewing endeavor. Like I feel like there aren't many bridal tailors around here. I don't know a whole lot about bridal tailoring though. Oh, like the fish head up. Instead of skinny and wide, you'd have it tall and skinny. It's definitely a funky shape to bead. Well, I have to tailor my dress and my partner's dress, so I'll get a taste of it. Although it's just really simple. I just need to like hem mine and add a corset to it. or a corset closure, I mean. And then hers, I just need to bustle it. It's not exactly like making it fit a body. That I think is where it gets a little trickier. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to tack down like every bead. I don't think I need to. But then I wonder if I would get bored with it. Like, another wedding dress. Because then there's no, like, really creativity. Unless you get a cool bride, I guess. Somebody who isn't, like, cookie cutter. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of that. All of the different, like, waist and bust sizes. Take-ins, let-outs, and hems. And bustles. Another thing I would struggle with is I don't particularly enjoy working with people, and I would really have to, like, customer service it up. Unless I was doing well enough that I could hire a front of the house person to do that for me. Go again, looking for skinny beads. Always on the hunt for skinny beads. Thank you. I hope you get lots done today. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, take this last one off. I'm also going to take a sip of my coffee. I've been burning a candle and it's like halfway through now. Just when I've been beading. Actually, no, I lied. I have been burning it while playing video games too. All right, fine. Call me a fibber. You know, I think I need one more bead on this. I really don't want to have to rethread this tiny size 13 needle though. So I think I'm going to like use the one needle method to add one more bead, where I come up, go through the last bead, which ironically that last bead doesn't seem to want to fit. There we go. Add just one more black bead. Also, I don't have to take the thread out of my needle and rethread it, because if I can rethread this size 13 needle as little as possible, I will. All right, I'm going to tack this down just right in between these 4 beads. Make sure that they stay flat. There we go. Yeah, so these two sections definitely just seem to blend in with each other, and that kind of bothers me. But all I did was follow the pattern, so I'm not sure what else to do there. I feel like I need to do the red fin next, just to have like one big portion filled out. Which shouldn't be too difficult. I definitely am not going to be able to match the pattern there exactly. All right, so I'm gonna do a few sideways black beads. Where's my needle? After I tack this down, of course. And try and keep this little black line skinnier right here. The beauty of this design is it's kind of funky, so I can like employ some funky directions of my beads, basically. Okay, now this part. I think maybe just one like thick yellow one. Instead of a skinny one, we're finally looking for a thick one. This one's kind of thick. See how it looks. Yeah, I think that works. Whoops. Yeah, so as long as I can get this red fin to kind of push these black beads against the yellow one, then I think that's perfect. So I might as well get going on that. So I'm going to outline the entire fin in red before adding any of the white lines. And take this opportunity as well to get the red beads out of this yellow. It's just kind of annoying to pick up, but it's gotta happen sometime. Such teeny tiny beads. And I'm beginning to run out of the stringing thread, which means I have to rethread the tiny needle soon. Hey Patty, you are the second person to ask me that this week. Do I need to make one? I would like to make one. Hi Jacob. The only thing I will say about a tea dress video is I've never made one. I feel like I know how to make it because it really is a rather simple pattern, design. But if there's any like tips or tricks, I don't know them quite yet. Yeah, I feel like I have to, Patty. You're the second person to ask this week. It has crossed my mind before that I really would like to make one. Not just for video, but I would like to just have one as well. I have to poke around in my fabric and see if there's anything I have on hand that I can make it with, or if I need to shop. You wish I could make you a grass stance. You got a sewing machine, Jacob? The grass dance outfit's pretty fun to make, I think. Oh no, oh. We have a guild and we've been looking for a teacher. We've watched videos. Are there videos? I haven't even looked to see if there are videos. I used to kind of search up what was available on like native YouTube and then try to fill in the gaps. But for the past few years or so, I've just been doing what I want to do, while also trying to catch up on like ideas and requests. I really do try super hard to get, you know, time for requests and for my own ideas, and it's just my job gets in the way. You know, that thing that I have to go to, that I feel like I'm at more than I'm at home. But I'll have to put the tea dress like high on my list. I do have at this point 3 videos edited and ready to go. I have a 4th video recorded. It's a side drop video, but I don't like it and I need to fix it. So if I can get a tea dress going, it'll probably be like a month or so before I'd get it out. Is the music quiet? Turn it up a little. Alrighty, sounds good. I'll do my best. A lot of what I end up making on the channel does tend to be like, if I'm making something besides a ribbon skirt or, I don't know, a dress, then I'm generally trying my hand at it for the first time. Except for the side drop video. I made a side drop. I was gifted, not gifted, but I was given some eagle plumes. And so I turned it into a side drop, and then people were like, why didn't you show us how to do it? And I was like, I should have, but also it was one of those cases where I was gifted the plumes like days before the powwow, and I'm like, I really want to wear these to this powwow. So it was like a last minute project. Ouch. I put the needle where I need to put my finger again. But yeah, the side drop video, I just don't like it. I don't like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I need to fix it. Now my tacking thread is like tying in weird little knots. Paiute Shoshone. Well, thank you. I'm happy you like the videos. And what do you mean you're new? Weren't you here the other day? Or am I confusing you with another Jacob? I'm like, at this point, you're a homie. I did have a bigger native YouTuber come in my chat the other day, and I was a little geeked about that. I didn't even know she followed me. I feel like I should align this fin with red to begin with instead of black, but I don't know, the outline of the fish is black. So that's why I did that. All these little outlines, I don't think I can really replicate them with the beads. Especially like these little circles. To do like a black dot and a red and then outline it with black, that's not gonna fit there. So in some places, I think I'm just gonna have to not do the black outline. Okay, so I have one red bead too many. I need to get that out of here. And whenever I am coming back around, meeting up with the row beads, I like to drive the needle through the first couple. Let's hope that it fits through with these tiny beads. There we go. Sometimes the more thread doesn't want to fit through. I feel like I need to like send a picture of this to my cousin and be like, look, proof, I swear I'm working on it. All right, now to incorporate the scam white beads. After I find the bottom of the playlist, since we reached it. Okay. So I think maybe like 3 rows of white. Or 2. With how thick these white beads are, I guess let me string some on and see. I could potentially, instead of putting them on normally, put them on sideways. Yeah, like this I would have to do like 2 rows to be able to have a gap of red beads. So I wonder if I can like put them on sideways to make the rows a little thinner. It's hard to test that out with the direction of my thread I have going. Let me take these off. Yeah, I think I could fit actually like 3 rows of white if I put them on like sideways. I might have to do another chunk of lives soon to keep me on task with this project. I'm gonna add a red bead right there, just pacify me. I don't know, part of me is almost wondering if I should just fill it in this way. So like do a red bead, white, another red, and keep going this way to build. But that could result in the little lines being crooked. Let me see. I think the best way to have this fish like really nicely represented in bead form with all of its detail, it would have to be pretty large, I think. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It could, I guess, help, instead of being like round, help like give the texture of a fin. Which means I'm gonna want to fill this little bottom portion up. Am I not even in frame? I'm not, I'm sorry. That's how you know I'm focused. If I keep forgetting to look at the camera. Yeah, I tried putting on like one thick bead, but I think I need 2 skinny ones. Forever looking for skinny beads. Just 1, 2. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a sideways red to fill that gap. Too big of a gap to leave blank, too small to fit a bead in the normal way. I have to hunt for a skinny bead. Now I'm thinking like thinking of like a sticker, like a shirt or something that says Skinny Legend and it's a skinny bead. All right, let's progress forward now that we've filled in that part. I'm debating like, okay, yeah, probably one thick red one and then the white. And then I'm gonna need a skinny one at the end. Tricky, tricky. This kind of reminds me of Jamie Okuma, who's the friggin' goat at beading, in my opinion. I'm sure some of you know who Jamie Okuma is. If you don't, she is an incredible native designer. She's Shoshone Bannock, and she I think gained popularity initially by fully beading designer shoes. Like she did, I think some like Louis Vuitton, or not Louis Vuitton, Christian Louboutin. I think she did a pair of Givenchy boots. Like, those are expensive, and she fully beaded them with tiny beads too. She was working with like size 15. And then she started doing some art pieces. So she made like a Pennywise medallion and some other kind of like horror themed medallions. I think she did a little like coin purse too that was horror themed. Right now the white beads are kind of leaving a gap between red beads. I don't like that. I might have to work in some extra little red beads here and there. But doing this reminds me of those pieces, because like the Pennywise and those, I forget what all characters that she's done. I think she did like a vampire. They're hyper realistic. She used beads to like basically paint a picture. Like, it looks like a real picture. Again, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Jamie Okuma. So it's like the name Jamie, Jamie, and then Okuma, Okuma. She's amazing. Definitely feel like I have to channel my inner Jamie Okuma with this project. I'm not beating no image of Pennywise, but in order to get that perfect image, she does kind of play with directions of beads and has all different types of shades in it. Ouch. Now I wanted 3 rows of white, but I'm not sure that's going to be possible. Notice how thick these beads are and how much space there is. I think I need to like try and get this red bead to be closer to the row before. So I'm just bringing the thread up close to the previous row, and then I'm driving it down where it came up as well, and that's going to put tension surrounding that bead that I want to kind of like drag this way. like this song. This is one of those songs that I'm like, dang, this should be on Spotify. I put this on my vibey playlist. Playlist I would play when I just want to like chill and vibe out. No, I need a thicker one. Come on, thick bead, where you at? Yeah, this project is gonna take a while indeed. It's taken over an hour just to do a little chunk of it. Alright, so here's where I want to try and fit a red bead, a rogue red bead in the middle of rose. For the sake of detail, no gaps. Right here. I did already feed this through for the next row, but bring it back. I wonder if I should do it in this direction or the other way. I'm gonna test it. I feel like it wants to be the other way. Maybe just kind of hook it almost. Okay, I think it's fine to go ahead and I'm already thinking about which section I want to do next now. Decisions. Or if I should just continue with the fins. There's two more like this. They're a little wider than this one though, which is nice. Maybe I can actually get 3 rows of white. Right there. Although I'm low-key thinking about doing maybe 2 black outlines in the middle of the body just to separate the sections. Did that thread go where I wanted it to? Okay, yeah, it did. Like right here and right here. I feel like it might help my brain feel like I've accomplished something if I outline that. All right, let's see. So at this point, with how little I've filled in, I'm not feeling very accomplished. Even if you're like, okay, I've worked 2 hours on it, like that's 2 hours of your life. But if a lot, or not a lot, but if a good chunk of the project isn't covered up, then I'm like, am I slow? Well, I'm not slow, it's just this process is slow. No, I want this to be a little over to the right. I'm like determined to finish off this fin with this little piece of stringing thread next. So this does not quite line up very well. It's like kind of janky a little bit, and it's bothering me. I think I'm going to stop the white line, the outer one here. Continue this one, just one more. a skinnier red bead. So you think I'm skinny? This is low-key making me feel stressed out. Like holding my breath, hoping that something, whatever I'm doing, is gonna work. All right. So we finished 2 sections. We got this guy done and this fin. I think I'm gonna do a black outline for the middle of the body. I'm gonna thread the teeny tiny needle now. I only got half of it, so let's see if I can drag the rest. All right, that wasn't as bad. All right. So I'll start with this first one since the tacking thread is still near it. I'm actually just going to bead right on the line so that the beads are center with it. Like they'll kind of go outside of it. But I think for the sake of this section that would be better. Same thing for this white one. So I would like to not have to eliminate from one section more than the other. Eliminate space, that is. Plus, there's just something so satisfying about outlining. Definitely easier to come up on this side. How dare you tie knots? Okay. Crisis averted. It's just sometimes the tail of the thread likes to twirl and wrap. This little black rogue bead out of the yellow. And then I just kick another one in there. My goodness. I just seen a bag on the floor out of the corner of my eye and thought it was my cat. I almost started talking to it, which would not have been a first. Okay, all right, over the funk. Wasn't a bad song, I just don't feel super high energy right now. And my finger's like turning a different color at the tip. Oh dear, I have to plug in my iPad. Hang in there, iPad. Just let me finish this line, please. Okay. So I know I'm going to want to finish off this tacking thread, so I'm just going to, whoops, just going to bring it up now. Oh, why did I pull it out of the friggin' needle? Great. Genius. Spectacular. Wonderful. Send this line through. So there's the outline of the like belly portion. I just need to plug in my iPad real quick. It's at 5% battery. She needs plugged in. Okay. I don't know why I took the thread out of this needle. It is the bigger one, so that wasn't too bad, but I'm gonna send it back through so I can burn it off. Now I can take it out. Just a row cat hair being sewed into the project. Sweet. Now what to do next? Like I do want to outline this too, but I almost feel like just to keep the live a little interesting, maybe doing some design work instead. So I'm not just doing outline after outline after outline. Maybe I can start figuring out how to fill in this portion. I think this part has been plaguing me more than any of the other portions. This one seems really simple, but it's going to be interesting trying to figure out how to fit the beads. This one too. This one I'm like, the shape of the red are like teardrop shaped. I'm just not quite sure how to replicate that just yet. This part, I almost started with the wrong thread. This part I know, just like single white beads. Maybe I'll go ahead and like pop a single white bead in and see how I can fill the black in around it. A nice chunky white bead. Okay, so I think I can do like a sideways black bead on its side, on the white bead side. Like all the rules about what direction to put your beads to replicate a design are kind of going out the window here. At this point, it's what elements of the design can you get in there and how can you fit it? It's like the priority is just fitting it, let alone getting the directions to produce a visual. I think I'll layer 2 black beads. Where's my needle? Here it is. So I want to tack the center of those 2 beads down. I can see a little thread. I don't want to see thread. So I'm going to take care of that now. Okay, just FYI, probably about 10 more minutes and I'll be signing off. Well, this one straight up just fills up the whole width of the section. Maybe that's what I needed before. Right now here, I think I'm gonna do like 2 of the skinniest beads, black beads I can find. This one looks pretty skinny. All right, one more little white dot. Hi, Carrie Lynn. It's just printed on regular paper. I like made the image a little transparent to lighten it up, and then printed it on regular printing paper and attached the paper to some Pellon. But thank you. I really like to use Microsoft Publisher for if I have to like replicate a design like this one or like the logo, because you can like type in how many inches wide or tall or whatever you want something to be. What I used to do was like have the image on an iPad or my phone and then trace it. Gone are those days. I would often have to trace it like more than once too. Like, oh no, that's a little too big or a little too small. So I don't want to do these red parts the way that I did this, the white in the spin. As you can see why, like this ended up pretty crooked. But at the same time, there's like, they have this droplet shape, like they skinny out at the end. So I'm almost like maybe the end can be sideways, like it's like 1, 2, 3, and then I guess let's try it out. Let's try it. If I don't like it, figure out something else. But at the same time, I'm not sure if there's anything else to do besides that. This was also kind of angling it this way and then putting a couple sideways ones to thicken it up. So I don't want to just put like little red lines in here. I feel like that would really dumb down this portion of the design. You trace on your mother's computer screen. I mean, maybe I could do a quick little tutorial on how to use Publisher for this stuff. Most people use Microsoft, so they would have access to it. It's also helpful for getting like a nice perfect circle for a medallion. And getting it to be the right size you want, as well as getting the design that you're beading in the circle where you want it to be. The only thing about it is you have to have access to a printer. Unless you like work out the design at least on Publisher, and then because you know it's perfect, then you can trace it. Actually, I will say I just remembered that there were 1 or 2 medallions where last year where I drew the design on my iPad and then traced it. I could probably though like draw the design on my iPad and then take it to my computer and use Publisher. Oh, did you? I really hope it was helpful. I really, really, really want to update that video. I think there's some things in that video I would like to update how I instruct them, you know? This is such an old video. Like, well, here's one of the little red shapes. I do think that this will work. Some of them I think are skinnier, like this one or this one, but I don't think I can really thicken them up. This one will definitely be one that gets thickened up. This one as well. So some of them might end up just looking like little lines of red beads. But what can I do? Okay, so there's that. We've been on for 2 hours now. It's 10 after 2. Let's recap. So this is the fish. I guess I'll show it in like comparison to maybe my hand so you can see how big it is. It's pretty big still. I made it as big as I could to be able to like keep it sort of medallion size, but also big enough that I can fit the beads into the detail. And even then, they're still barely fitting into the detail. This thing is a challenge, but you know what? I kind of like the challenge. Some PJ ribbon pants. Patty, I love that. If you have Instagram, please share them and tag me. I'd love to see that. You can also just DM it to me if you want. Yeah, the knit fabric is not great for like skirts or regalia or something, just because of how like they stretch when you apply ribbon and things, especially for a jingle dress or for a fancy shawl. The cones and the fringe are too heavy. Yeah. So to quickly recap, what we did today was we filled in this little section right here. It does blend in with this fin, but what can I do? We filled in this red fin with the white like stripes in it, did this black outline, and then got started on filling in this section. Just did a little bit right here. And I'm happy with how it's turning out. Not excited to do these red fins though. because I didn't have a lot of fun doing this part. And I don't know, the white line just came out so wonky. But yeah. I'll be back on tomorrow. Same time, noon to 2 Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow will be the last live for a little bit. I'm not sure when I'm going to do another live series. I like to do them in bunches or like in phases, I guess. And most of the reason for that, to be perfectly honest, is because I'm not the only person in this house. So other people, when they're here, they use up part of the internet. And I have the internet all to myself right now, so no lagging. Thank you, Patty. And no problem, Carrie. Love teaching people how to do stuff. I do it in real life as well. But yeah, I'm gonna head off and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Working on this again. Bama Pequotman!